everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to take you through my foundation and concealer favorites. So I've used quite a lot of foundations and concealers over the years, and I found that these have worked the best for me. So let's start with my favorite liquid foundations. My absolute favorite that I use is Estee Lauder's Double Wear Foundation. So this is my absolute favorite. It's SPF 10, so it has a bit of SPF. I still apply SPF in my day cream though, but it just helps to have a bit extra. I've got two shades. So in summer, I use a darker shade, and in winter, I use a lighter shade. So I use 1W1, the bone shade in winter, and in summer, I use Desert Beige 2N1. So with these ones, it doesn't actually come with a pump. It comes like this, and it's actually really hard to get out like this, and you end up getting too much out of the bottle if you just try to dab it like that. So I bought the pump. I just change it when I'm using each foundation. The pump's only like $10 or something, but it's really good. You can control the amount that comes out much more easily, so I'd recommend purchasing the pump. So this foundation is very high coverage, so I apply one layer on my face and it pretty much covers everything. If I have breakouts or pimples, acne on my skin and I want to cover them, I usually apply, so really instead of concealer on my face, I'll just apply another layer to those affected areas and it covers up everything. This is a really good foundation if you want really high coverage, and for me it actually doesn't really cause extra breakouts either, so it works really well with my skin. My other favorite is MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation, SPF 15. I use the shade NC15. With this one, it's not as high coverage as Estee Lauder's one. So if I want the medium coverage, I'll go for this and I'll just apply a thin layer on my skin. My next favorite is Tarte's BB cream. Now this is really good if you want just a light tint on your face and you don't really want a medium or a higher coverage. I usually opt for this, and this is a really good tinted treatment, a 12-hour primer it says here. And it works really well with my skin. I bought the shade Fair. It works really well for me. So what I do recommend with these is when you're going to purchase these, it's best to try out the shades on your face, but also on your neck. Because they're quite expensive, before purchasing, I'd recommend getting a sample. So Estee Lauder are really good with samples. I actually tried all of these in samples before I bought them. So I recommend you do the same, just because it may not look the same in the store lighting. So it's best to try it at home over a few days because it may break you out or cause other skin irritations. So it's just best to get a sample, try it out a few days, and then when you're certain that you like the shade and that particular foundation, you can purchase the full size. So moving on to the powder foundations, my favorites are MAC Studio Fix and Urban Decay's Compact Foundation. So this is my second powder foundation of MAC Studio Fix, and this is in the shade, again, NC15. So it's got a mirror and that's the shade. I haven't actually started using this one yet, but it comes with a sponge applicator. So when I use this one, I usually don't use the sponge applicator because it gives quite a heavy coverage and it looks slightly too cakey for me. So I usually just apply this with a brush. And then we have Urban Decay's one. This is the Naked Skin Ultra Definition Powder Foundation in the shade Fair. So again, it comes with a sponge applicator. Sometimes I use a sponge, but then again, it gives very heavy coverage. So I usually like to use it with a brush. And what I like about these ones, it's just so handy for travel. You can easily just pop it in your bag and do touch-ups, whereas the liquid ones, it gets a bit more messy. So these are my favorite concealers. This is easy to use while traveling. So Bobbi Brown's Compact Concealer. So I've got it in the shade Warm Ivory Pale Yellow. So basically how this works, you've got the mirror and then this is the concealer. I use this under my eye area. So you apply this under your eye, and then this is the pressed powder that you put over it. So it gives a nice finished look and it actually lasts quite a while. So it's the Warm Ivory Concealer and then the Pale Yellow Sheer Finish Pressed Powder. This is really good just to pop in your bag for travel. And then my two cream concealers, I've got the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Concealer in the shade Fair. So this one works quite well for me. So I use this again under my eyes. And then the NARS one works really well as well. And this is really popular. The Radiant Creamy Concealer. I use the shade Light 1 Chantilly. So this is again a very fair shade and it works really well for me under my eye area. So that wraps up my foundation and concealer favorites. Hope you enjoyed my video and found it useful. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next time.